Farmers market season is finally here, so today I'm sharing with you my top 6 tips for shopping at the farmers market. So if you've been following me for a little while now, it's probably no surprise to you that I get very excited for the farmers market every single year. I love seeing just the variety of produce and other food items that are available, and I love being able to get lots of super fresh, tasty stuff. So today I'm going to give you my top 6 tips for shopping at the farmers market, and also you should know that if you want to see more farmers market stuff from me, then make sure you're following me on Instagram, because I post my farmers market hauls there every single week. And I show you everything that I got, and I think it's really fun to see how the hauls change as the season progresses forward. Also, if you happen to be new here, my name is Sarah and I'm a dietitian, and this whole channel is about food and nutrition stuff, so if you're into that sort of thing, then make sure that you subscribe. Okay, so let's get into the tips. My first tip for farmers market shopping is to take a look around the market when you get there. I think it's a good idea, especially if it's your first time at a particular farmers market, to just do a little lap, see what types of vendors are there and what types of things they have. And even if you are familiar with your market, it's still a good idea to do a once-over, because it's just going to give you that big picture of what's available. You don't want to go to one booth and see that they have great peaches and buy a bunch of peaches, and then go to the next booth and see that they have some plums. And if you had known that, maybe you would have gotten less peaches and gotten some plums to throw into the mix, but now you've got all these peaches and you got to figure out something to do with them, and you don't really have room in your budget or room in your refrigerator or just your life to eat all of this stuff. So I think doing a look around just helps you get a good idea of what's available, so then you can make better decisions when you're making your purchases. Tip number 2 is to go early. The earlier you get to your farmers market, the better your selection is going to be. So this means that for items that maybe there's a small quantity of, or that are just very popular and tend to sell out quickly, you're going to be able to get your hands on those things, or at least have a better chance at it the earlier you go. And even for things that last throughout the whole time the market is open, still when you go early you get the best selection of those things, so you can pick the ones that look the best, or maybe if it's something that can come in different sizes, you can get the size that's right for what you're looking for. On the flip side of that, my third tip is to go late. So when you go late, you're not going to have the best selection, but you might be able to get some discounts on things, or even get some things for free, because at the end of the market, the vendors there are trying to get rid of the things that they brought. If they have perishable items, they don't want to take those things back with them, especially if it's something that's going to go bad very quickly, like a lettuce mix, for example. So if you go at the end of the market, you can really get some deals and work with the different vendors, because they have those things that they really want to get rid of, and it's a great way to stretch your dollar at the market. Tip number 4 is to bring cash, especially the first time you visit a market, because every market setup is different, all the vendors are different, and you don't know what the payment is like. Maybe there isn't an ATM near that market where you can get cash quickly. Maybe a lot of the vendors don't accept credit cards. So you want to make sure that you have enough cash on hand so that you can get the things that you want to get, because there's nothing more frustrating than getting to the market, you have your bags, you're ready to buy some delicious food and some other items, and then you realize that you don't have cash on hand and you're gonna have to drive somewhere to get it or whatever, or maybe you didn't bring enough cash for the things that you want to buy. So just keep that in mind, and also look for different setups at different markets, especially again if it's your first time at a market, because different markets have different situations. So you might find that all the vendors really accept credit cards, or you might find that the market has some sort of system to deal with this. So like my market and some other markets that I have been to have a token system where you can go to the market's booth, you know, the people who are running the farmers market, and you can give them your credit card and they will give you wooden tokens to use in the market. So it's almost kind of like getting a gift card to the farmers market, and so then you can use those with any of the vendors, all the vendors accept them, and it's a really nice system so that if you do run out of money, or if you don't have time to go to the ATM, then you can use the token system, and the tokens never expire, so you can just use them whenever. You can carry them over to the next season if you have some extra at the end of the year. Now, one downside to that is that just like a gift card, you know, you're committing that money to that thing, but if you're shopping at your farmers market regularly, then that really isn't a problem because you're gonna use it eventually. Also on the subject of money, I do wanna mention that some farmers markets have a setup for people who receive SNAP benefits. So SNAP is the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, and if you do receive SNAP benefits, then some markets have a system where you can double your money. And every market's a little bit different, but it might be like, you can redeem $10 of SNAP and actually get $20 of food. And the markets that I've been to that have that use the tokens for that as well. They have special SNAP tokens. So you can redeem $10 of your SNAP and get $20 in tokens to use for items at the farmer's market. So that's a really cool way, again, to stretch your money and get that fresh local produce with your SNAP benefits. The next tip is to be a regular at your farmer's market. The best way to get the most out of your market experience is to go there often, because when you do that, one, you start to get a better feel for what's available and what's around and maybe which vendors you like and that you've had good experience with. But also you get to know the vendors that you shop with, and that has several benefits. One, you just get to know the people who are growing your food, which is really great. You get to develop that relationship. Also, they can help you out. So if they see your face all the time and they start to get an idea for what types of things you like, they might be able to point out to you if there's a new item they think you would like, or maybe if one of your favorite items that you buy every week is about to go out of season and there isn't going to be any around anymore. And also sometimes you will get discounts on things or things for free, because when you shop with someone regularly and they get to know you and they know that you're a committed customer, they are more likely to cut those kinds of deals for you and maybe give you a discount if you're buying a lot of an item, or throw in an extra bunch of herbs or an extra bag of lettuce or something like that. So those kinds of things can happen if you are a regular and you're developing those relationships. Next up is to be adventurous. When you go to your farmer's market, don't get stuck in your little ruts. I mean, we all have things that we like. I certainly do, but also keep your eyes open for new things, because the great thing about a farmer's market is a lot of times there will be interesting varieties that maybe you can't find at your grocery store, and it's really cool to be able to try those things at your market and experience those different flavors and textures. And the farmer's market is the best place to do that, because not only do you have that access to those things you might not be able to get elsewhere, but you also have the person there who grew it, where you can, talk to them and ask them about it, ask them how to use it, and get all of that kind of information. And I think a farmer's market is a great place to just, open up your world a little bit and try some different foods in the kitchen. And let me know in the comments, do you already shop at a farmer's market? Are you looking to get started with the market this year? And do you have any other farmer's market shopping tips that I did not mention? Because especially if you are a regular farmer's market shopper, I'm sure you have some tips that will be helpful for others. And if you happen to be new here and you want more healthy eating tips and nutrition info and videos like this one, then make sure that you subscribe, because eating healthy and living a healthy lifestyle really doesn't have to be complicated, and I'm going to show you how to do it. And if you want to watch some more videos, I have a couple linked over here that you might like. Thanks for watching. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll talk to you next time.